All right. Well, hello everyone again on this rainy Friday evening here in Massachusetts. I don't know what your weather is there in
It is dark.
dark.
It's
Dark.
night, but it's actually pretty warm and a little bit humid. And I'm gonna say right now it's probably about 70 degrees.
So that's
Yeah.
we're we're full, we're actually warm. We're very warm at 40 and it's raining instead of snow. So
Oh, nice. That's
yeah.
better than it was. Yeah. So
Oh,
very good.
we were 20 degrees. We got -6 Celsius. It was absolutely,
Oh my God.
especially when you're sick, like this eternal sickness I have, it just makes it even more.
I know. It's got to go away eventually.
You're working
Come
outside
on.
and you're like, like,
Help it go away. Come on.
oh,
Everybody send Andrea some love,
or a shotgun and a
some
cyanide.
good vibes. Shotgun.
I got my bed hog.
Yes, your pillow, your fluffy
Yes.
feather pillow.
Jesse.
Jesse,
He's
hello.
there you can see him now. Now you can see him. Here he is. Yeah.
Oh, I definitely see him.
Jesse. He's been kind of protecting me from Ika. He's like, no, you're not gonna have.
You're not getting
He
any
is.
tonight,
They can
Nika.
see animals. Animals are all telepathic, and that's a great place to.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
so he can see him, and he's like he'll hog the whole bed. He'll be like right in the middle.
Nope, you're not getting any. Nope.
That's he's doing.
Now Smokey, I can't show Smokey. He's on the floor right now, just all spread out,
Oh
and
yeah,
enjoying his enjoying the carpet.
enjoy.
So yeah, but he might jump up here during our conversation at some point, and then you all get to see him. My little black kitty, Smokey
Black
Pobinson.
Black province. That's so cute. This is Mr. Jesse James.
Yes. See,
Mr. James.
they're both famous.
They're
Jesse
both
James and Smokey Pobinson.
smoky.
Why
Oh,
can I say that? Pobinson. Okay.
we did it. It's like Ika trying to say Linda. Linda.
Ika.
You can't say Linda. Linda. It's just so
He
funny.
doesn't
Every
have
time, like I think of you or you're on Facebook, I'll be like, Linda.
to.
It's like, he can't
He
say.
never he never says my name. He just pops in and startles me.
That's you need a protector. A
Well, I
hot,
have
a hot
Smokey, but
Nordic deflection system. I might. It
yeah,
could this would be our new business. We could
yeah.
sell hot. If you're bothered by hot Nordics, you need a rooster.
Yeah, because Smokey doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
Smokey just like,
that's
oh, it's him again. Okay.
it's him. And but these babies, these guys, they take up everything.
Yeah.
He's like, why are we still up? It's like it's 7:34. He's
Yeah, it is early.
like,
It
it's
is
like
late for you.
midnight for him. He's just
Yeah,
like
it's midnight. He gets up at the crack of dawn.
he doesn't actually.
Really?
He sleeps in. I get up before he does.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. He sleeps in my
That's
bedroom and he has a little pillow on the side because he started coming in. I used to hear him coming in, click, 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 click. Because he used to sleep in the kitchen, but then he's like, no, I'm sleeping in the click, 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 click. So I set up a little pillow thing for him and so on. Because
Aw.
he poops in.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So he's,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, no litter box for him.
No, they just go when they go. So it's fun.
Yeah.
He's like, don't talk to me. He's like, shh.
Don't talk about those things.
Yes, you're classy. Oh, I know. Old
How
English.
dare you?
Yeah, he's an old English game bantam. That's what he is.
He speaks with an accent like that. That's
Yes,
cute.
oh my God. Well, other than hot Nordics, which is something we can talk about ad nauseum.
Mhm.
Tonight we're gonna talk about something that's not hot. Creepy men in black
Creepy men in black are
that
not
have a
hot.
weird plasticky smell. That's the first thing you notice. Is a
Ooh,
weird plastic smell.
is it kind of rubbery?
I guess, yeah, it's like
Because
that.
I think I might have smelled that once. Okay.
Oh, it's them. Because they can
It's
come
like
in.
a plasticky, rubbery smell, like
Yeah,
not natural. Yeah.
yeah, no, you notice it right away. You're like, sniff, sniff, sniff.
Hmm.
Like,
Hmm.
that's them. That's the synth ones, because some of them are human, but that's the synth. So Louise saw she says, oh, I saw that thing Linda put up. She says, that was one. I'm like, I know, that was real. That was freaking real.
Yeah.
because she's had
Yep.
him in the house and everything. So Louise is going to come back on. We're going to do another Men in Black session with Louise. Because
Cool.
it's too late now. I'm just like after midnight.
Yeah. Yeah. In England, right?
Yeah, but yeah, oh yeah, they real.
Mm-hmm.
So
There's been
yeah, I mean,
a lot of accounts of them, but this one was actually caught on film,
Rich
which
is
is
right.
makes it really interesting. You actually see how tall he is, which I didn't realize. You know, they always show the Mr. Smiths, and they always have the sunglasses, and you know they have hair. And this guy, if he had hair, it was very light colored.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and you the unfortunate thing is in this video, it was from a security camera.
right.
It was in color, but you couldn't see the details that well because, you know, it was from, what was it, from 2016 or something, 2015?
Was it 16? Was it 16 or 18?
Oh, I thought it was 16, but I could be wrong.
I think the video.
But at
Yeah.
any rate, it wasn't that long ago.
No,
But
no.
it wasn't obviously a high definition camera, so you don't get all the details, but you get enough to see kind of
Yeah,
how what his stature was, what he looks like,
yeah.
how he moved, and it was very kind of almost robotic, you
That's
know,
that's the Men in Black synth
the
thing.
hand gestures that he was making.
Well, he was. That's how
Um,
that will show that he was mind controlling. You can see her
right,
getting mind controlled. That they can do that. They didn't do that with me, but
right,
and they use sometimes you'll see them. They'll use their hand to like mimic what they want you to do.
right. Was he speaking as well? I couldn't tell. He was also speaking and using the hand signals at the
Yeah,
same time.
yeah.
And it was, and then she would just, at first she was like, it seemed like she was resisting a little bit,
Yes, and that's when
and
he
she
could.
got a gun out, and, you know, and then he just,
Yeah.
you know, talked to her and used those hand signals, and she just got up and walked away, got her purse, got a camera out of her purse, which was
That
odd.
he told her.
Why would she have a camera in her purse? First of all, that's weird. Like most people don't have cameras anymore. They have, especially in 2016, you would, or 2018, you would have a phone.
Right, right.
You don't have a camera. So why would you have that? And in your purse. So she takes it out of her purse, and then she walks around the counter of where she was sitting behind a counter. And she walks around very robotic,
Yeah, because
like not looking at anything, not looking up at the camera, just looking very straight ahead, and like she was in a trance almost. It was really
yeah,
creepy.
that's the mind control.
Yeah, it was
So
really
the
creepy.
ETs can do that too. You know,
Hmm.
if I'm talking to you
Hmm.
and there's other people in the room, there's like say somebody sitting in back of you or something like that, I'll
Yeah,
block that other person. They'll be like, and then we'll have a conversation and then
yeah,
I'll leave and the other person will be like, what the, to come out of it. So
interesting.
the
Yeah,
regular ETs can do that as well.
yeah.
They can,
So do you have the uh,
I am
um
gonna pull it up. Yep.
yeah, the
We'll
video that we're
play the video
referring
and
to?
then yeah, let me get that. Let me fiddle around with my screen share.
Fiddle
And
around and find out.
there it is. There she is. There she blows. All right, there we go. That's it. Here,
That's the PG
look at
version.
that. Look at this magic. That's like it's like freaking magic, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, there it is.
There
Very
it is.
nice.
All right. I mean,
Good job.
here we go. Start it up.
Okay, so now she shook her head. She's pointing her finger. I don't know if she's giving him directions or telling him to leave. Now she's not watching. Now she's going. Now she gets the office gun, so it's obvious that she doesn't feel comfortable. Now watch his hand. Watch his hand. Then she turns around and puts it down on the counter. Then he points at her. So she goes to her purse, and I paused it right here. And that's a camera. She got a camera out of her purse. And then she walks around. So she completely changed her demeanor.
That's it. Yeah,
Yeah,
wild.
that's how you can identify mind control. That's what we were talking about. Some of these other guys that come forward, sometimes you can see there. I actually watched two different of the whistleblowers. One Michael Sala just had on, and he was like totally normal. And then
Hmm.
Jake Barber, is it?
Jake Barber, yeah.
He's
Yeah. Yeah. That's wild.
so it's voice to skull.
Mm,
And they come in.
okay.
So whenever he's doing interviews, his voice to skull. Because
Wow.
he worked with the
He worked with the deep state.
really bad guys. Well, we'll
Yeah.
say wet works.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, wet
I'm not
works.
gonna we'll say it. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. The the ones that take you out. And they're all of those operatives are voice to skull controlled.
Yeah.
And you can see the difference between the other guys who were just regular military
Hmm.
and they weren't necessarily in the really black programs. They were just kind of skirting it. And then the ones that were really in those, they're totally MK Ultra. You can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
The-
was this woman MK Ultra to
well,
begin with? Or
possibly, but you can see her mannerisms and all that.
yeah.
I think she has something that they were looking for.
Okay. And that's why she probably on the camera.
That's my suspicion. She has something
Yeah.
on that camera.
Hmm.
And it's odd that it's like you said, it's odd. This is 2018 that she has a camera.
Yes.
Sometimes the men in black, because they're not human, they don't understand. So they're really weird when you're interacting with them.
Yeah.
They're like really robotic.
Yeah.
And they don't know, like, if they had a pair of glasses, sometimes they wouldn't know how to, they're like, they have to think about how they're supposed to put them on. So there's
Interesting.
something weird and the way that, like, you see the way he moves his hands, like, it's like, it's very odd.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, they're definitely, did she survive that? That would be my,
That would be interesting to know. Yeah.
yeah, that would be, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know. I mean, I got this off of a source that was on Instagram,
Yeah.
so I don't really know where
I
they got
wonder,
it from.
yeah, I almost wonder if it'd be something to look into in a remote view or something, but if she disappeared
Yes,
because she
that
went
would
out.
be. Yeah,
So,
she left. She left with him, and he walked behind her.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, she's gone. I mean, they took her.
yeah.
So I don't know if they took her to a base or something and then mind wiped her and dropped her off back where she was, or, chipped her up big time. And,
Well, he had to, wouldn't he have been aware of the fact that they were on camera?
they don't care.
But what I mean is, if he knew that they were on camera, that
Yeah.
he would maybe even possibly know that someday other people would be watching this.
Yeah, I think it might have been a slip up in some way
Yeah.
because
Sort
they
of,
really will destroy the camera.
normally that's what they would do, right?
So yeah, maybe because again, because he's a sense, sometimes they screw up.
Hmm.
But ultimately there'd be no, yeah.
I mean, there's no recourse
Right.
because
They're untouchable.
yeah,
It's just like the black government kill people all the time. And it's like
yeah,
there's no
they just
investigation.
disappear.
Yeah, right. Oh, you
All,
sure
all of the people that disappear all the time,
Yeah.
all over the place.
Yeah, it's
There's
them.
so many
They're
humans.
above
Yeah,
them. Yeah, they can do whatever they want. That's why we got to stop that. It's absurd, but
yeah,
there's this is, I think, a couple of things is, don't look them in the eye.
mm,
People just never, don't look things. That's why I almost never look anybody in the eye.
yeah,
And Zoe mentions the same thing where, like, I cannot look somebody in the eye.
yeah,
Grief, and it's just, I don't know if that's something that, but I notice a lot of humans do, which is weird because I don't do that.
yeah.
And, yeah, that's,
I have to feel like I trust them to look somebody in the eye.
yeah.
I would have to know them. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't normally make eye contact unless it's somebody that I'm working with in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's how they do it. That's how they freeze you. Want to do.
Yeah. Especially if it's a stranger, like,
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I have a tendency to kind of enter their mind.
Hmm.
Like most humans don't realize they're like, I think it's because they don't know how to use their brain. Like when you're talking to an ET, like how to you're telepathing.
Yeah.
When there's an interaction, even if you're using voice or something, there's like you're in the conversation. But what humans, Terrans do is if we're having this conversation right now and we're using words, their mind is somewhere else. So when I'm trying to connect in a conversation, like we're having this conversation, but it feels really superficial because their mind is like freaking out. So to me, it's
Yeah.
kind of like, it's just weird.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, that's possibly why it's easier for me to talk to somebody by not looking at them. So I
Yeah.
don't, like start picking up the telepathy. I mean, they're throwing the telepathy at you.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? You know, it's weird. They're not congruent. That's the word.
Mm.
What
Yeah.
they're saying and what they're thinking is not congruent.
Yes.
It's
Right.
very scattered and disorganized.
Which is it's different for children, with young children. They're always saying what they think.
Yeah,
Like
right.
whatever's in their head is what they don't have filters yet.
Yeah, right. Right.
So they don't know how to like not say what's on their mind,
Yeah.
exactly.
Right.
But as humans get older, they learn to filter things out and just say only certain things, but they're thinking something completely different.
Yeah, yeah. And ETs don't do that.
Right.
You're saying what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Or you
I
black
tend to
out.
say what I'm thinking and then I get in trouble, but oh well. It's just I don't have a filter.
You
Not
know,
good at that.
and if I'm with somebody I don't like, I'll block. You just block.
Yeah.
And I've even had humans notice that. They're like, I can't read you. It's like, yeah, I'm blocking.
Yeah. Yeah.
So even
Yeah.
I think it was Frank asked, like, well, how can you lie in telepathic civilizations? Oh, you just block. They lie.
Yeah.
There's sneaks up there and nasty people, and you just, either think a lie or you just block. There's nothing there. You just block it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it's just like when you want to block somebody who's remote viewing you, you
Yeah.
start thinking about something else than what you're talking. Like if they're trying to spy on what you're saying or conversation, you just start thinking about like baseball or something that you don't care about at all, or that you just some weird thing like, I don't know, Rawhide, start singing the theme to Rawhide in your head.
Exactly. Yeah. That's really
And
helpful.
that'll get them.
Yeah, anybody who's got the bad guys, the DOD, DARPA, all those kinds of, MK Ultra, CIA, if they're in your head, that's you
Mhm.
can tell them to go fungool or
Yeah,
or
yeah,
you
exactly.
do something like that trips them up and then they're kind of it's some asshole handler
Yeah,
that's doing this to you. So, you
yeah.
just tell them to go, yeah.
Hmm.
That's the best way to just you
Yeah,
got to take control of yourself and then go from there. But you
yeah,
can see, like, I'll play. Let me pull this back up again for folks to notice, what's happening. Here it is, share in this video. Can kind of step through it. Here we go. Here we go. So, number one, you never let him in your place. I mean, he must have just walked in there, but it's
yeah,
not the kind of. I just feel I get a bad vibe for this lady.
yeah, yeah.
Um, so you can, and she knew, I think.
She knew who he
Why would she
was.
grab from the gun?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's not something
Right.
you normally do in an office.
No,
So she knew, and so you
Okay,
can
so no,
see.
right.
she shook her head. She's pointing her finger. I don't know if
So she was telling him to get out.
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
giving
I
him
think so too.
directions or telling him to leave.
Telling him to leave. Yeah,
Now she's now watch. Now she's going. Now she gets the office gun, so it's obvious that she does.
Yeah, so she knows what she has, and
hmm,
I think she already has some suspicions that these people were going to be coming for her.
right, right.
So that's my impression. And of course, she just didn't know what to do. So the best thing
Right.
is to tell him get
Yeah,
don't look at him, point the gun at him. And I looked him in the eyes. I didn't drum. I'm like, get the, and I just like, I think I was telepathing with him actually.
yeah,
I would say, I will freaking, the next time you come, I'm gonna fucking like pull it. That's what I told him.
yeah.
Cap, dude. So,
Doesn't feel
He's
comfortable.
not used to dealing with him.
Now watch his hand. Watch his hand.
but she's fright. I mean, obviously,
Yeah,
that's why it's so important for people to have the toolkit. That's what you need is your toolkit so that you're not taken, by surprise or not know what to do. in these situations. And that's where all that centering and being in your own power, and I know nobody can stress that enough.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, stop having gods and heroes and leaders, and you have any of those people.
Right.
And
And stop looking at other people as better than you, or
yeah,
somebody who has more power than you do. Yeah.
that you're just opening the door for these people to suck your mind, basically.
Yeah.
Once you stand up to them, tell them to F off, it's a whole different story. So you can just see by her body language, and I mean, I don't blame her. That's what your average person is going to do, because you haven't had any, we're all mind controlled by the whole school system, parents, you name it.
Yeah.
Certainly women, especially, to stand down. So,
Mhm.
and of course, men like that are very intimidating, especially to a woman. I mean, that's just.
Now, if she would have shot him, would it have actually killed him, or is he a cyborg or something like?
That's a good question. I threatened to shoot them. They
Mhm.
left because one was human. I,
Mm.
I I think they don't like to be confronted per se. So when they know, they know. I think that's kind
Yeah.
of is that tends to be like an issue, I would say. That was my impression, what I've seen, also Louise's experience. So she's going to come on, like I said, and talk about her experiences. I think they're a little more intimidated by those of us who are working upstairs,
Yeah.
where other people who might be working upstairs aren't aware they're working upstairs.
Yes.
And
Um,
certainly your average Terran, they're going to be like sitting ducks for these guys. But I think for us, it's a little bit more, it's they know that upstairs is going to say something, So I think
mhm.
a little bit more sneakiness on their part. But you can definitely see she makes the mistake of staring at this. He's not at all concerned.
Yeah.
So
No, he wouldn't be.
because he knows he's going to mind control her.
Hmm.
He knew the minute he walked in, she's a sitting duck. I
Yeah.
could actually read her body language right away. I knew she was very going to be easy to take down. These are
Yeah.
all people need to watch those videos that show you how to like self-defense, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Self-defense, body language, although definitely watch those videos. You got to learn that. ETs, if you work with ETs, you'll see they're never going to be like in a weak position, really. The way they hold their body and all that kind of stuff, their body language is very centered, very empowered.
Yeah.
It's a whole different type of body language. And that's, again, it's just the mind control and the Terran. So he knew
Mhm.
right away walking in there that she's just going to be easy, push over.
Yeah.
And so she grabs the gun, but she's not, and none of her movements or anything like that are very convincing.
Yeah. Right.
So
It's very passive in the
yeah,
way that she's handling
Then
everything. Yeah.
she turns around and puts
there
a
we go.
tap.
Now that's the mind control.
The hands. Yeah.
Yep, and you'll see this with ETs as well when they're mind controlling you.
Hmm.
They'll do some of this stuff. It's very very precise. The
Now,
movements are very,
does it do something in her head?
yeah,
Does
absolutely.
it
Yeah.
does it like change a frequency?
They hijack. It's a mind hijack.
So is she hearing anything when he's doing that besides
And
what he's actually saying? Is she hearing
it can
something?
be a lot of
Yeah.
times like what happens, like my experiences with it is like it's you like just black out almost. So when
Okay.
I was like the grays and stuff, like they kind of just like you're just a shell.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
really like you don't even know that your mind is not yours.
Is it almost like if you were really high?
Something like that, but I think you still have an awareness.
Right. Well, because when you're really high, you still have an awareness, but you no longer you're easily suggestible. Let me put it
You
that way.
don't in the mind control, you have no awareness.
Yeah.
So you
Okay.
don't even know your mind control when it's done.
Oh, right. 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 You
So
didn't even know that happened to you.
yeah,
Yeah.
so it's a little different from like I've never been high, really high. So I can't
Mhm.
I don't so I just I tried the drink, that breeze.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That lit me up. So
Yeah.
is what it's doing.
Yeah,
So I don't
it,
know.
it does.
I've never been on drugs or high, so I can't say what that feels like per se. But the mind control is just you're not even like there. I mean, that's
Yeah.
so yeah. You can see like he's very very clear about what he's doing here, and
Mhm.
she'll become very. You watch her become very robotic.
Down on the counter.
See?
Then he points at her. So she goes to her purse, and I paused it right here. And that's a camera. She got a camera out of her purse.
See how she's moving.
And then she walks
Yeah,
around.
very robotic.
You feel glazed.
Yeah, she's like in a daze.
It's like, oh my God. I can't say it's like somebody's channeling. They take over your mind.
It's almost like he's walking her
Yeah,
like a
yeah, that's what it
dog.
feels like. Yeah, it's like it's like
Yeah.
you don't have a will.
Mm,
They're
mm.
just completely like they've just completely controlled your body.
Wow.
That's what it felt like to me. And that's what you're seeing, here.
Creepy.
Yeah.
So she completely changed her demeanor.
Yeah.
She's like a robot.
Oh yeah. I mean that's shit.
That's
Yeah, I don't
really
have
one.
to for that lady. I don't. He's yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm glad people are able to see that. I'm glad that's got recorded and posted because everybody thinks we're crazy. It's like, yeah, we're not crazy.
Yeah.
And for a lot of
No.
people who've been through these really terrible experiences, they're not. This sucks.
Yeah. And there's, a lot of people that have done some pretty wild things and pretty, you know, destructive things while under this, you know,
Oh,
mind control.
they can get you. That's who do you think the school shooters are?
Yeah, exactly. Hmm.
All that stuff. It's all mind control.
Yeah.
That's so sad. And those people,
It
like,
was,
they're going to go to jail for stuff they've done that they didn't do, basically.
yeah. Yeah. They
And
probably
people
don't
who,
remember any of it.
oh, yeah, you got schizophrenia, mental institutions. A lot of that's all mind control.
Yeah.
And sometimes what they've done was, it just glitched. Like they mind control people, and then they end up with mental illness because of what they did.
Yeah.
And the whole. I think the whole psych. I got to be careful what I say. Well, we'll save these for Patreon, but the whole
Yeah.
psyche shit is like, yeah, yeah.
Hmm. I
It's
agree.
I said I guess my guess is the majority of it is not what they say it is. It's
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know who you are, guys. Yeah, yeah. Because they've done so many experiments with people.
Hmm. For a very long time.
Oh
I mean,
my
this has
God.
been for decades.
Yeah.
For decades. Yeah.
Well, I had a friend whose father was in the military, and it was done to him, and he died.
Mm.
When he
Wow.
left. It was them. Oh yeah, they do it. A lot of
Yeah.
this is the military. They use them. They're test subjects. They go to
Yeah.
town.
Well,
So
because
yeah,
if you join the military, you basically sign your whole all your rights away. You're
yeah,
you're now their property, so they can do whatever they want with you.
yep. Never do that. Mhm.
No,
It's not good.
no, I don't recommend it. I don't know. I know people are always about like no disrespect to people who are in the military, but
Yeah, you
like
gotta.
they
Yeah,
really try to make it seem like it's such an honorable thing to do. But there's a reason why they make it sound like that because they want more victims.
yeah,
Yeah, they want you to do their bidding. That's all you're doing in the military. You're doing their bidding.
yeah. They're just pawns. I
Yeah.
mean, a lot of
Mhm.
you is probably familiar with JP. Like that guy's been stuck with. I'm like, I just scream at them like, don't let them touch your body.
Yeah.
Every time he's on telling a story, I'm like, don't let them, like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Don't let them
It's
put anything in your body.
yeah. Yeah.
But it's like so many of the military all brain. I mean, it's not, they
They
aren't
are.
brainwashed. with
They
this
are brainwashed because that's
patriotism,
part
and
of
it's
the
like
basic.
you're being lied to.
Well, the whole basic training is about getting you to break. You break your will and you do what you're told, no matter what they tell you to do. And so then after that, you're completely controlled. You just do what you follow orders, no matter
That's not a red.
what it is.
I don't know what to tell you. That's a red flag.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. If my father was in the military, it's yeah.
Mm.
It was different back then, though.
Hmm.
When he was in, but now it's total mind control. Yeah.
When was he in?
Oh God, he was in the 50s.
Okay. Oh, probably would have been way different. Yeah.
Yeah, but now it's all mind control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that started around right shortly after that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to say the 60s is when it really began, like during Vietnam. And yeah.
Oh yeah, they were spraying him with stuff and sticking him with all kinds of stuff, and yeah.
Yeah.
And that, yeah, right. Yeah. Well, that's when the real like underground fun stuff started to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Because they want to get involved with the psychic mind control and super soldier and all that stuff.
Well, it was part of the Cold War too, because they knew that Russia had all of the psionics
Yeah.
and they needed to be able to compete with them. At first, they didn't think it was real. They didn't want to believe it. But then when Russia started being able to remote view all of the stuff
Oh
we were
no,
doing,
the,
they were like, oh shit, we better get on
the
board.
dark military always knew.
Well, yeah, but the regular military was like,
Well,
oh,
they always too
we
late.
don't believe in that. That's woo woo, right? They were saying that.
Well,
And then
that's just a cover. That was just because so compartmentalized.
yeah,
Ever,
it is. Yeah.
ever in the 40s and in the 40s was the beginning of the dark military.
Oh yeah, right.
Because
Of the
that's
dark
when the
military,
United States military made arrangements with another military, which we
Well, yeah, yeah. I
the
mean, like it is so much.
NAZI.
Yeah, and it's also not just us that have a secret space program. I mean, all of the other larger nations have that as well, and they
Well,
also have their own SSP. They
yeah,
have their own.
the
Yeah.
first one, which merged with all of them, was the NAZI one.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the real one.
That is a real one, and it's still going strong.
Well, I don't know how strong. I'm thinking they're getting their ass kicked. I think they're fucked big time.
They were in Antarctica.
Yeah.
That was their base. Yeah. I'm not sure if that's still their base.
No,
I'm not sure if they're still there anymore.
I don't feel that way. I think I I don't feel like they have any real control anymore. It's just like a scattered bunch of like um kind of a headless horse, headless horseman kind of thing. There's no cohesive because they got left high and dry in some ways. I feel like they've been cut off from the rest of them. So they're out there in space.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's still NAZIs out there.
Yeah.
But they're cut off because I remember Ika telling me that it was 2 years ago. He says the head of the beast, the head of the beast. So they separated the deep state from the dark fleet.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I heard that. It was one morning. I'm like what? Like he's like the head of the beast, the head of the beast.
So they cut them off and now they can't communicate anymore.
Yeah, well, they have no resources, no.
Yeah.
So what
they have
got here, which is substantial,
Yeah.
But they have no. They're in the corner all by themselves. So, but they got balls. I'll tell you. People think they have got these guys going to kill. They're going to kill as many as they can.
They're trying to take out as much as they can before they leave.
Yep.
Before all the dark, everything.
Yeah,
leave.
and
they try to take everything.
Yeah, to me,
with them.
what I heard from the helicopter plane crash was a salvo. Like it's a salvo. So before a battle starts, like there's usually so they're gonna start fucking big time. They're gonna start killing so they kill innocents. That's how they do it.
Which is what they were doing.
Because they can kill innocents, and they're gonna kick some ass. Personally, I would not fly. I would never be in a plane.
No, look what happened yesterday.
Well, that's what I got when that happened, because I had already known, like in Zoe did too, that there's gonna be some plane crashes. Yeah. I'm like, and I saw a vivid plane crash. I'm like, there's gonna be plane crashes. that's what they did. But this was just a miniature one.
This was just a minor, like, let's just see what happens with this. Like,
Yeah,
it was almost like a test.
yeah, it's like I call it, it's like the first salvo, the first volley in a war. They're like,
Yeah.
see, we're gonna do some shit.
Yeah.
So I feel like the white hats are kind of scrambling around because they're blowing up the dumbs.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's okay. So what I got in there in the messages was, for whatever you do to us, we're gonna do another. We're gonna do something. So
Yeah. It's like there's a volley.
yeah. So they blow up a dump, they take down a plane.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, go ahead and do what you want. You're gonna do, but we're gonna do stuff.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
That's actually
Yeah.
what we're doing. So
Yeah.
it's a little bit nerve-wracking because they can do some serious shit. So
You know what it reminds me of? Did you ever see Time Bandits?
no, I don't watch movies.
Okay, well, I don't either, but I saw that one a long time ago. It was at the very end, there was a battle between the dark and the light. And the dark put all of its weaponry and everything that it had, it aimed at the light,
Okay.
and it fired everything at them. And then the light took all of that, grabbed it all, and put it back at them. Threw it back at them. So it ended up like that was the end.
Yeah.
That was the last battle.
Yeah,
So,
I think that actually resonates with me.
mm.
Yeah. I just think you're going to have a lot of civilians killed, though. I think there's going to be.
Oh yeah, well, there were a lot in the process of that. Yeah, of that battle, they showed it. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, I unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
And they are obviously innocent, like the people that died in that plane crash
But
yesterday.
they target on purpose to make sure they take out the one that had the kids on it.
Yeah.
That's what they're going to do. I mean, that's exactly,
Yeah, because you look at who was on the plane, and it wasn't
Right.
anybody famous. It wasn't anybody that was a politician or anything. And it was flying. And they were landing in Washington, D.C. They were coming from Kansas to Washington, D.C. So of all planes, why would you pick that one?
Because they had the kids on it.
Right.
Because they get more louche when they kill innocents.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
that's more of that. Like, I wouldn't get on any plane with a bunch of, if you got, like, personally, I wouldn't have like any groups on a plane that are kids, stuff like that. And like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's war. I mean, we're in the middle of a war. You can't, that's the problem with your average Terran. They just living their life like it's just, oh, I'm just living my life like it's not business as usual.
Yeah.
You're in an occupied planet that's under some serious danger.
And some really crazy stuff going on in the sky right now too.
Oh, it's
like
and these
really crazy.
they gotta wake up. My God. That's like,
I mean, everybody's showing it, like they're putting it out there on.
but you know what it is? It's like they just your average Terran is still like, oh well, I gotta pay my bills. Oh, I gotta get some gas. Oh, I gotta go to the store. It's like, and yes, we do have to do these things, but you can do these things at the same time understanding that you're in a war zone.
Yeah. And being aware.
And being
Just
aware.
being aware.
Yeah, being aware. And being prepared for the changes that are going to come. This status quo is going to fall. They have to be aware. This is not, thank God, this is not your grandpa's life. You're not going to work yourself to death and then retire and die at an age you shouldn't be dying at 80. You should be dying at 800. You shouldn't be breaking your body down.
No. You shouldn't be going to the hospital and getting all kinds of surgeries and then having to take pharmaceuticals for the rest of your life. And then those pharmaceuticals give you all these bad side effects that make you even sicker than you were before. I mean, no, you shouldn't be doing any of those things. The whole lifestyle is wrong.
Yeah. You're going to have a beautiful life. I mean, you should live a beautiful lifestyle.
Yes, instead it should be the opposite, where
You're right.
you're
You're
eating
never gonna
food,
stay
you're eating
really-
food that's healthy for you, that the food that comes out of the ground or off of a tree is not poison.
Yep.
And you can eat it and it has flavor and it's delicious and it's juicy and it's sweet and it doesn't have like it doesn't taste like nothing when you eat it, just like the ones in the store. Like you have a community of people that you can depend on and that you can share each other's, you know, fruits and vegetables with and whatever. And you should have, you know, community gardens. You should have you know, you know, people, a group of people that if somebody gets out of control, you all handle it together. You don't have to call the police. You don't have to deal with the federal government.
Right.
You shouldn't have to deal with any governments at all. You should just be able to handle your shit. And
Yeah,
if we
well, that's
came
gonna be
together as a community and actually cared about each other and
Yeah.
what happens to each other, then it would work. But
well.
that's where
what
it
they-
has to come down to the very, very small, tiny level. Has
Yeah.
to start there.
Well, that's
I
where the
feel.
deep state operated, by separating everybody out of communities.
Yes.
Where you don't know
They-
your neighbor, where you're afraid of everybody, where everybody.
I watched it happen. If you look at old
Yeah,
videos, old movies, old TV shows, the way that life used to be, you had a neighborhood school that you went to. You didn't go to some big, huge building. You went to a neighborhood school. You knew everybody. You walked to school together.
Yeah.
And you came home and your store was a neighborhood store.
Mhm.
You know, and it wasn't a big box store. It was somebody that you knew owned it.
Mhm.
They were family. You
Yeah.
know, everything that you had was close by,
Mhm.
and it was an actual community. You didn't have to go anywhere outside of your community unless you were going on vacation or something. You know, but you just everything was really, really close by. Everybody had a front porch.
Yep.
Everybody sat on their front porch and knew their neighbors and talked with them. There were no big
Generations of neighbors.
fences.
Yeah.
You know, there were nothing in the way. Like you knew each other, you knew each other's families. I'm not saying that everybody was great. You
No.
always had the assholes,
Well,
but
you're always going to have that.
you're always going to have an asshole or two. But I think that there were fewer assholes, and you know, maybe just
Because
a
there
little
was-
bit less of that.
Problem is, there's repercussions for that, because when you know everybody, there's like it kind
Right.
of imbalances.
There's an accountability. You're
Yeah.
held accountable for your actions, right?
Well, and
So
that's how we live upstairs. It's like, because everybody realizes that you're all part of the same planet.
Yeah.
So that we don't have separations on a planet. It's like everybody's on the same planet.
right.
It's not like wars on the same planet. It doesn't make any sense, because
Right.
that's not sustainable. That's just stupid.
It is very stupid.
It's just
And why would you
Yeah.
why would you allow somebody to divide you
yes.
and cause division between you? Why would you allow that? Just because somebody
Oh,
looks
psyop.
different, or because they did that on purpose. They did.
It was a
They
psyop.
caused it all. Yeah.
And a lot of it is
made you
from
feel
the,
like that person, you can't trust that person because they look different or they act different or they
well,
have
the
different.
news did that.
Yeah, they did that too.
The
But
news,
even before that, they tried it before, you know.
of course. Yeah.
It was a
It's
long
a
time
massive
coming.
psyop. And then you had all of your, like, the celebrity culture and all the rock music and all the stuff like that, where it shows, like, being
Where you
kind
start worshiping other people and giving your
Yep.
power away to other people that are you'll never meet them. You'll never meet them in real life, but it doesn't matter because you're supposed to worship them and put them up on some kind of pedestal,
Yeah.
you know, and they can do no wrong.
they would model ways of living that was considered, that kids saw as glamorous and cool.
Right.
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And then all the kids
Yeah.
thought it was cool. You had these cool people modeling that kind of lifestyle.
Yeah.
Now you look at them, they're all like, wrinkly, grotesque, and drugged out and are dead. And
Yeah.
they look cool when they're
had-
20, but they don't look cool at 60. They'll look shit. So
No.
but that was all, that's what, that was the beginning of the drug culture, which took that's all. So your human trafficking, your drugs, and your weapons trafficking, that's all the money. That's the money pit of the deep state. And they used anti-gravity craft to do it.
Yeah.
That's how they did it. And that's what's going to get exposed.
Yeah. All of it's going to get exposed. It's starting to now.
Oh yeah.
There's already groups of people that are really coming together and exploring this and getting the actual information and finding this out.
Yep.
Oh my God, we've had this forever. One really good group is Ashton Forbes
Oh, Ash.
on YouTube. You know, his whole group of people,
Yeah.
they have a Discord and they're talking about it all the time.
Yeah,
It's amazing. It's really inspiring to see that. And it's good to see because it's happening.
Yeah. Well,
It's really
I
happening.
think what, and Louise and I were just saying today, but I think there's a ping pong. So I feel like that. There's like there's several mafias. There's the good guys mafia, and there's the bad mafia. You know, and
Mhm.
they're all mixed together, kind of like a swirl on when you're making those cakes with the swirls,
Yeah.
and they're swirling. So they're like trying to. It's a weird chess game between these two mafias, and they're trying to take power over each other. And there's kind of like it's a weird dance. And I think, and I mentioned that today, Jerry, I said, I think you're going to see a lot of flip over because a lot of these people who are in the deep state are going to realize their ship is sinking and the rats jump off the ship. So you're going to see a lot of rats jump off the ship and go white hat.
Oh, I see that's already happening.
But I still
Yeah.
see right now a lot of mind control stuff going on too.
Yeah.
Like, because this is a psychic war. This is an ET war.
Mhm.
So there's just layers of this on each other, like trying
It's
to.
a galactic war. It's not even just here. It's everywhere.
Well, that guy, remember that poor guy? I feel bad for the guy. Remember the guy who says, "Oh my God, there's an Iranian mothership off the coast." He was mind control.
Yeah.
They'll pull out politicians and mind control.
Mhm.
They'll also give them money and threaten them. So they'll pull out
Right.
politicians like that poor sap.
Yeah.
You see, he was freaking out. He's like, I got so a top source told me, and it was
Yeah.
top source, black operative pulled
Right.
him out and said, "Look, this is what this is. I'm going to give you. Look, I see, mate, and your ego comes in."
Right. I'm going to give
He
you something that
CIA.
nobody else has. I'm going to exclusive. Yeah.
Yes. CIA mind control. They brought him in.
Mhm.
Oh, I got some. You're gonna have to share this information. And, oh my God! And this is what this is, but don't tell anybody. I will tell you when you can say it. Okay. And then he comes out with that bullshit, and everybody's like, "Fuck is that?" And then
Mhm.
it only bombed on him. He's the one who looked like the weirdo,
Yeah.
but he wasn't the one that did it.
No.
It was
No, poor guy.
the poor guy. That's what they do, and it's
Yeah.
just, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what people have to wake up to. The psyops are insane.
They're crazy right now.
They're
There's so many.
insane. Yeah.
Yeah. You just have to use common sense and intuition, you know?
You can feel it right away. You can feel it. You can just
Yeah.
this whatever your first. You don't want to think it. People overthink stuff.
They
You
do.
don't think about it. It's your first knowing.
Yes.
It's the
Yeah.
word that comes into your head because that's the truth.
You'll get better with it, you know, with your intuition. People who do it, the more often you do it, it'll feel more natural to you to just go with your gut feeling instead of overthinking everything.
But that's the thing. You can't think it. You can't second guess it.
No, you can't second guess it. That's really the
Whatever comes into
problem.
your head is initially is the answer.
It's the first answer. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. And you'll find the more you go with that, you're gonna be like 10 for 10.
Yeah.
Every time you second guess yourself, that's when you screw up.
Yep. I used to do that all the time.
Yeah.
And so I have to catch myself sometimes, you know, like, oh, no, go with the first gut feeling. Yep.
Yep. Ping. Those pings is right. Every ping you is right.
Yep.
Be purring on them.
What?
There's like a weird noise. It sounds like he's purring right on your.
He is purring. You can hear him?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Where's my guy? Oh, look at this. See this?
Aw.
He's closer. He's right here.
Yeah, he wants warmth.
He's right here.
Aw. Hi, Jesse.
Oh, Jesse. See, oh.
Oops.
Moved him from his happy spot.
Aw. Hi, Jesse.
Can you wave to people?
Hi.
Hello.
I'm Jesse. Yes, I'm waving to Jesse. Don't get jealous.
Oh, he wants to
look
be
at
big time. He's like, what the?
Did you see him? It's blurry. I've blurred my background, but yes.
Ungodly late hour.
Mm.
It's ungodly. It is just so late. So late. I want to go to bed. Oh, I want to go to bed. It's like it's like 2 a.m. He's like, what the heck? Oh my God. Oh. He's so cute. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we squeezed all the juice out of that orange. There's some hasty.
Yes, we did.
Thank everybody, and I'm so glad we had Linda back on again. We have Linda back on more often.
Yes,
You have a day
I'm
job.
happy to be back, and thank you for having me and Smokey. And thank you, Jesse, for entertaining us. And and it was a pleasure as always. So yeah, with it, we'll be back on again, and I'll probably have this on my channel too. So everybody check out Andrea's channel, Growing Up Alien, and she's got lots of good stuff on there. And of course, my channel, if you're on Andrea's channel watching this, mine is called Potentials, and with an S. And yeah, and I'm on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
So
And
Andrea's on some of my stuff.
you get all these amazing, super amazing catches. Follow you on Facebook. I'll put the link on so I can follow you on Facebook because you get some awesome stuff on. And your TikTok channel.
Yes, TikTok, I'm on there too. Yep.
Yep, you get some amazing catches.
Thank you.
So it's worth getting on your Facebook just to see what Linda is going to dig up.
Yes.
What will you unearth for us today? They're fascinating. It's good. I'm telling you, it's good stuff.
Yeah, I like all the weird and all the woo woo. So the weird woo woo is what I like. And if you're into that, I'm your girl.
I bet they're into that.
I would venture to
A
say
wild guess, but you know. That's so
yes.
All right. Well, as always, good evening to all and much abundance and joy. And I think we're up for a roller coaster ride for sure.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be an interesting 2025, but we got this, and it's going to end up being amazing at the end. When we get through it all, it'll be.
And get the hell out of here.
It'll be well worth it. Yes.
Yeah.
Hitchhiking the ride. Come on.
Oh, I know. I don't.
Come get us.
Oh my God. Right. Well, we'll see everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you.